Hey there guys, it's Anthony here from Cutting Edge Guitar, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing the differences between caged and 3 notes per string. Let's get right into it. Okay, guitar players, this has got to be one of the most hotly debated things online for the guitar community these days. If you would like to join a flourishing guitar community of people like you that would be really interested in discussing these kinds of things, consider taking a look at the Cutting Edge Guitar community, which is a safe place for people like you to discuss subjects like this, your favourite guitarists, albums, more, and learn an absolute ton of stuff from my content. All of the links for that are in the description. So, caged and 3 notes per string. Why are people squabbling about this online? Well, let's talk about the main reasons why people would have this I want to say discussion. It's a bit more of an argument online these days, isn't it? But so the problem with caged, this is not something that rhythm guitar players are talking about. This is a soloing thing, right? And it's usually people who are, let's say, people who play blues, jazzy, tasty, shall we say, styles. Are advocates usually of the cage system, and then people who are shreddy metalheads don't see the point of the cage system at all, and nor the twain shall meet. So what the main difference is this: if I play a humble major scale, if I play the G major scale in just one caged fingering, I'm not going to go through loads of caged fingerings, but if I play a G major scale in a caged fingering, it looks like this. So everything all fits under your hand, not moving around much and all that sort of stuff. But it's kind of tricky for the picking hand, because as I've started on the root note, I could have started on the major 7. But if I start on the root note, I've got 2 notes on this string, then I've got 3 notes on the next string, 3 again, 3 again, 2 notes on this string, and then just 2 notes to the root note. If I wanted to complete the shape, I would go up to the 5th fret and play the major 2nd there as well. So if I was to start on the major 7, it now looks like this. So a couple of different ways of picking the same thing. This is one of the big issues that a lot of players will have with it. They'll say that it gets in the way of your legato playing because you don't have any uniformity for the fretting hand, and it gets in the way of your picking because if you're alternate picking, there's no uniformity. It gets in the way of economy picking, all that sort of stuff. 3 notes per string. If I play a 3 notes per string shape for the G major scale, starting on the G here, 3 notes per string would look like this. So what 3 notes per string has done, it's taken me away from my original place that I was on the guitar neck, but the fact that I've got uniformity makes your picking easy. If you want to economy pick, so you go down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, all the way through, and then on the way back up, down, down, up. It doesn't give you uniformity, of course, if you're using strict alternate picking, because you're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It is quite easy in a way to get that sextuplet thing going with this. But yeah, they're the main differences. So the pros of the caged system. The pro of the caged system is that you can easily spot your chord form. So if I've put my G major chord and my G major 7 chord underneath that shape, I can spot the full scale form, and it's easy to spot your intervals. So if I want to target the 9ths around that G major 7 chord, I'll see the 9th, there, or there. If you want to target things like the 13th, you can spot it easily for your solo, because you're looking at your chord and you're looking at all of your intervals around it. If you want to hit your major 7, If you want to hit your ninth in the real high register, all that stuff, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, intervallically you can see it all around that chord form. But it is hard to play fast, or harder to play fast, shall we say. So 3 notes per string gives you the amazing facility to be able to pick fast, or I've already done a little picking thing. So if I do that with hammer-ons and pull-offs all the way through, it just rattles off of your fingers nicer. So they're the two arguments really. Is that CAGED is for the players who want to play tasty and want to see their intervals and that stuff, but they don't want to shred. And then the people who want to shred, they're like, I'm bothered about seeing all my intervals and playing tasty and all that stuff. I just want to melt the strings and rip up and down the guitar. So where I'm at with this, and I think that this is the balanced approach to take with this stuff, is they've both got uses. They are both useful things. So why not use both? Okay, if you go like CAGED stuff that's good that I want to keep, 3 notes per string stuff that's good that I want to keep, and then do this, you've got more ownership of the fretboard. Because with the CAGED system, it's a really, really great way of being able to spot those intervals. So you can pull out all of the different things that you want to do. As a tasty soloist, you can shoot for the second, you can shoot for the sixth, you can shoot for the thirds if you want to. And that's a really, really cool thing. With your 3 notes per string, it's nice and easy to burn around the fretboard. So the thing with that, if you've got a system in your head where you can use 3 notes per string as your vehicle for doing the, I hate the term shreddy, but like if you want to do something that's a bit more shreddy or a bit more lighting up the fretboard, whatever you want to call that, 3 notes per string is great for that. Then if you use your CAGED stuff for phrasing, you've got a really, really useful system. So I also mentioned about in my previous video that the CAGED system wasn't the only system for learning things on the guitar. And as a soloist, another system that a lot of people will talk about, especially if they're a fan of Alan Holdsworth, will be playing in 4 notes per string. Well, one of the things that I would say about this, I've done videos on this in the past, but if you just connect up 3 notes per string areas on the guitar neck, you will instantly get 4 notes per string. So for example, I was in G major, right? So if I play a little bit of my G major and then slide along, I've now got 4 notes on a string. So I can keep that going as far as I want. I'll go up to the root note there, but so by doing that, I'm playing 4 notes per string, okay? But how I'm thinking about that is I'm connecting 3 notes per string systems. Now, let's just take our CAGED thing again for a minute. If I look at the way that my CAGED starts, if I start on the major 7 up here, I've actually got 3 notes per string for 2 strings. And if I do this, I'm still playing all entirely a CAGED shape at the moment, okay? And I've played all 3 notes per string. It's only here that I get two notes on 1 string. Now, these first 4 strings that I've played here, they make up the first 4 strings of a 3 notes per string shape in this part of the neck for the G major scale. So if I now go into this, that completes a 3 notes per string shape. So realistically, most of that CAGED shape is the 3 notes per string system anyway. And you can even view 3 notes per string as connecting a couple of CAGED areas and pushing bits and bobs together. But ultimately, the fretboard is the fretboard. The notes live where they live, and a few of these different shapes work for different players for different purposes. As I say, CAGED is great for learning your intervals, arpeggios, triads, all them sorts of things. 3 notes per string is great for being able to shred and melt the strings. When I teach scales, when I teach fretboard knowledge concepts, I always teach a mixture of CAGED and 3 notes per string, because as I say, they both have got really good things about them, and what you want to do is put those things together and have much more ownership of your fretboard. Okay guys, that's it for this video. By all means, drop me a line in the comments. If you've enjoyed the video, please smash that like button, share it to any of your guitar playing friends, and do come over to Cutting Edge Guitar and have a check out of the members area and see what is going on in there. If you want to support my content, just help me out to help me find the time to make these videos for you and all that sort of thing, consider joining just as a standard member. Okay, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.